for joining us today. I'm in the mood for a celebration because there is such a feeling of hope when I talk to our members. Travelers are boarding motor coaches, they're flying, they're getting out on the water, and our tour operators are safely bringing visitors to your destinations, to your restaurants, your hotels, and your attractions. And I feel the burgeoning promise of recovery every day. We're also celebrating bring back the NTA community in person, and I am beyond excited to be heading to Memphis May 5th through the 8th for Contact. You know, Memphis holds a special place in my heart because my very first NTA event as a brand new staff member was in Memphis way back in 1994. And although I have been there many times since then, I really can't wait to be heading back there. Memphis is an amazing city, and they have fabulous events planned for us. And on top of that, the education lineup that you'll receive and the discussions that you'll have will bring such great value. So I want to thank Lisa and Kevin and Regina, the entire Memphis and Tennessee team, for supporting NTA and for supporting Contact. And I also want to thank each of you if you've already registered for Contact. And if you haven't, I hope that this today will inspire you to join us in Memphis. So we have a lot of great information to share with you today. So to get things started, I'm going to toss it to Dawn Pettis, who is our Vice President of Events, and she is coming live from Memphis. So Dawn, take it away.
Thank you, Catherine. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you might be. It's so great to be here with you all. I am coming to you live from the guest house at Graceland. That is the host hotel for Contact 21. And I am here with the fabulous Lisa Catron from Memphis Tourism. And Lisa, we have spent the last couple of days together getting ready, doing some final planning, and I am more excited than ever for this event. And I cannot thank you enough for all that you have done to get us ready and to get us to this point.
Well, thank you, Dawn. I really appreciate it. And I can say that, you know, Memphis is definitely going to amplify your experience at a whole new level of our city. We're going to make sure that you feel the soul and sound of vibrant and sizzling lights that kisses the mighty Mississippi River. So get ready, baby.
Thank you, Lisa. If you're not ready after that, you never will be. So I want to just tell you a little bit about what we're going to do on this webinar. First of all, I'm just going to give you a little intro if you've never been to Contact, or a refresher if you have been. And then we're going to go over the schedule, both in person and the virtual option that we have for you this year. We're going to talk about some of the COVID protocols and the safety measures that we're taking to keep you safe while you're here. And then I will give you a few tips that will maximize your experience and give you some important dates to keep in mind. So let's jump right in. If you have any questions, please post those in the chat. We will get to those. If I don't see them, I'm sure somebody will make sure that I know that they're there, and we'll do our best to answer those for you. So moving right along, Contact. What is Contact? If you have never attended this event, you are missing a gem. This is really the favorite event of mine that we do at NTA. It is our tour operator retreat. It is much smaller than Travel Exchange, which is also a great show, don't get me wrong, but Contact has a special place in my heart. It is for tour operators, suppliers, and DMOs who attend as sponsors. We focus on three areas and three important areas, I think: networking, product development, and also education. Sorry. We'll have approximately 75 attendees this year. It is a little bit smaller than a typical year, but after everything that we've been through, we are thrilled that we're able to have this in-person event for those of you that can make it. New in 2021 is our virtual component. Anyone who cannot attend, and we know there are some of you who cannot get here, whether there are travel restrictions in place, budgets just don't allow. We totally understand that and wanted to make it as accessible as we could for as many people as possible. So there is an opportunity for you to join us through live streaming education sessions. We'll have all the meals available. And then, of course, there is also our virtual day, which we'll talk about in just a second. Contact is more relaxed and less formal than Travel Exchange, so get your resort casual attire ready. And it's going to be warm here in May, so it'll be the perfect time to be in Memphis. So Lisa, let's talk about the schedule for just a little bit. I mentioned a virtual day. This is something that we did before VTrex. It was a bonus day. We decided to incorporate that here. And on April the 28th, which is 1 week before before Contact begins, we will have our virtual day. We'll have our BizNet session, which those of you who have attended Contact will remember that. It is a table topic discussion. We'll have breakout groups and then report backs. It's really a great way to hear about what your colleagues and contemporaries are hearing and seeing in their own locations. And then we'll have our network forum meetings for our member categories, DMO, supplier, and tour operator. We'll have breakout sessions. You must be registered for Contact to participate in BizNet, but anyone can participate in the network forum meetings. So on Wednesday, May the 5th, which is the first official day of Contact, we have our sponsor set up and registration opens. We will have a opening reception for all attendees. And then, Lisa, why don't you tell us about our fabulous icebreaker that you have planned?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. The icebreaker is going to be absolutely fabulous. When it comes down to the icebreaker, we're going to the Memphis Zoo. Not just any Memphis Zoo, or the only zoo, I must say. But our zoo is so unique. It's so different. It's pretty much like Egypt when you're walking through those gates. And we're going to have a wonderful, wonderful reception, the icebreaker, that's going to be in Zambezi, the area where you get a chance to mingle a little bit face to face. We will have live music, but it's going to be a little bit more of a background sound. All of that Memphis sound, I must say. So we can't wait for you all to join in and have a wonderful time, be able to network in our great city of Memphis. And that is our Memphis Zoo. You must come and see it.
Thank you, Lisa. Moving on to Thursday, we will have a hosted breakfast and lunch that day. We'll have our opening general session, which is the road to recovery is the topic. We'll have several education sessions to choose from that day, and then another networking reception that evening, followed by our dine around night. Lisa, what can they expect from the culinary scene here in Memphis?
Our culinary scene, of course, you already know that, we leave a good taste in your mouth, especially when it comes down to barbecue. Yes, you are going to definitely taste some barbecue, but we got so many other wonderful restaurants around in Memphis you definitely got to take advantage of. And then what I'm going to do is separate that in different areas of Memphis. And when I'm talking about different areas and neighborhoods, we're talking about Overton Square. We're talking about the Cooper and Young district. Also, we're talking about Broad Avenue, just to name a few. If you want some Southern fried catfish, baby, we got it for you. We're definitely going to make sure we leave some good taste in your mouth when it comes down to the Deep South, and that is Memphis, Tennessee.
Thank you, Lisa. I've been here for just a little over 24 hours, and I can attest that the food here is excellent. So I'm looking forward to more. So on Friday, May the 7th, we have educational sessions, and then we have sightseeing tours. And I can tell you that they have some absolutely fantastic options planned for you, and I'm going to let Lisa tell you all about those.
Okay. And when it comes down to the educational sessions that we're going to be planning for you, we have culinary tours, walking tours, which is very, very popular. It's been taken off and you're in wide open space. So you get a chance to learn about, various neighborhoods like South City, those like the Arcade Restaurant, just to name a few. Also the Green Beetle, to give you some different hidden gems about the speakeasies, different things that you definitely haven't put on your itinerary. You will definitely put this on your itinerary when it comes down to Memphis, baby.
Thank you, Lisa. Then on Friday afternoon and evening, we have a tour operator reception and also a tour operator dinner or a dine around for those not attending the dinner. On Saturday, May the 8th, we have a hosted breakfast and lunch that day, followed by more education sessions. And then our educational outings are that afternoon. And I'm going to let Lisa talk about those, maybe some of our sightseeing options, and then also our closing event at Graceland.
Okay, for the educational and also the sightseeing, the educational side of it is going to be so different and unique, especially with the closing event. Yes, you definitely got to come to Graceland. Do you hear me? Graceland is absolutely fabulous. It is the jewel of all jewels when you come into Memphis. When it comes down to taking a look at guest house at Graceland and staying in those beautiful hotel rooms, 450 rooms. Also, along with that, you can board the bus and be able to go to Graceland, the mansion itself. And then not only that, you get a chance to see Private Presley, Icon, so many other things that you're going to be able to explore and learn something about Graceland. I can tell you this. I know I've been to Graceland several times, and I'm always walking away saying, wow, I didn't know that. Now I can add that to, my education, what I have learned about Elvis, so I'm excited to showcase you, my own backyard. When it comes now to Graceland, guest house at Graceland. And guess what? We got the only backyard, the backyard hotel, baby, when it comes down to guest house at Graceland and also Graceland. So, Dawn, everybody get ready for Memphis because we're ready for you, baby. We're ready. Are you ready? So get ready.
She is ready. I'm ready. And hopefully you are as well. So I want to talk a little bit about COVID protocols now, and not the most fun topic that we're going to talk about today, but I think definitely one that I want to address. A couple of weeks ago, we did a survey of all people who were registered for contact at that time. If you've registered since then, you may not have had a chance to take this survey. We were trying to determine the level of vaccination or the vaccination status of our attendees. And we asked 3 questions. 1, you would select, I have been vaccinated fully. 2, I will be vaccinated by contact. 3, I will not be vaccinated by contact. If you chose that option, there was another question that popped up that said, would you be willing to take a test 3 days prior to contact? And the results of that were 91% of attendees said that they will be or are fully vaccinated by contact. All but 1 person said that they would be willing to take a test prior to the event. While it's not the most popular topic or something that maybe we all have differing opinions on, we felt like we needed to do everything that we can to protect our attendees and conduct a safe event. So we will require at least 1 vaccine or a negative test within 3 days prior to contact. I'm going to let Lisa talk to you about some of the protocols that are in place for Memphis itself, and then I will tell you what we're doing here at the hotel and during our events. Lisa?
All right. Well, we're definitely rebounding ready for you all when you're coming to Memphis. Typically, most of our areas are restaurants as well as any public areas. You have to stay 6 feet apart, definitely. Along with that, we do have a mask mandation that's here in Memphis. So you have to have your mask on when you're entering any public areas. But you know what? It's about the great outdoors. It's really nice for you to be able to be outside and just take it all in. And you can have your mask off in those public areas that's outdoors. However, when you're booking a restaurant, and this is particularly for tour operators, so you all can see how to be able to book your restaurant reservations. They normally are taken between 8, possibly 12, then it can go up to 16. It depends on how large that restaurant is. If you're doing like a small event, it's the same. So the small event, it just varies between the square footage of the room. But I can say in the restaurants, that's what is happening now in Memphis. Hand sanitizing stations, that's all throughout the hotel, also in the public areas like the Icebreaker, the Memphis Zoo, and I'm sure as well as at Graceland. Also along with that, we're just rebounding ready. We're waiting for you.
Thank you, Lisa. Mm-hmm. So I've had some really good conversations with the staff here at the hotel about what they are going to do to keep us safe, and then I can tell you what we are requiring as well. We will require masks to be worn indoors. That is a hotel policy as well as a contact policy. We will be setting our rooms where you can be 6 feet apart. If you are coming with your spouse or someone that you feel like you are safe with or in a bubble with already, you can certainly sit closer than that. We will be utilizing the outdoors as much as possible. There are some beautiful grounds here at the guest house at Graceland, and we will be using those for our receptions and some other events as well. We have hand sanitizing stations throughout the hotel as well as throughout the meeting space. Those will be at the entrance to all seminars, all meal functions, etc. We will be handing out hand sanitizer. The hotel has a clean sanitizing machine that will come in after an event into the room and can have that done in about 10 minutes or so, which is about the time that we have in between sessions. We will be wiping surfaces down. They have changed the way they handle food servicing and refreshments. For example, you can no longer just walk up and grab a refreshment. Those will be served to you, and the way that plated meals are served will be completely different. And then we know that some of you are at different levels than others. Some of you feel a little bit more confident, a little more comfortable being around other people. And we want to let everybody know who is who. So what we're going to do is give you a sticker that you can put on your badge. That sticker will be green, yellow, or red. If you do not feel comfortable being closer than 6 feet to someone, you want everyone to keep their distance, you can put a red sticker on your badge and we will all know, stay 6 feet away. Talk from 6 feet, and that is totally fine. If you choose a yellow sticker, that might mean that you're comfortable with a fist bump, but you really don't want to get any closer than that. If you have a green sticker, handshakes are great, and if you choose to do so, you can give each other a hug. I'm not encouraging that, but I know that we're a group that likes to hug. So if that is your comfort level, that is fine. But I think that's a way to give you a visual indication of where each person is in their comfort level. So moving on to important tips and dates for you to keep in mind. Some of you who have attended Contact before, please feel free to post in the comments a tip that you think would be helpful to those who have never been before. Let them know what you've learned over the years and from your attendance. But what I will say is that you need to attend everything. Don't sit out on the sightseeing tours because you feel like maybe those might be just for tour operators and product development. I think you will meet some great people and make some of your best new partnerships through the organic networking that happens at Contact. So I would say attend everything. Bring your business cards. Book your hotel. If you're staying at the guest house at Graceland, I certainly hope you are. Please make that reservation by April the 12th. That is when our housing block closes. The rates are for buyers $139 per night, sellers $159 per night, and the resort fee is waived for our attendees. There is a Delta discount code on our Contact website, which is ntacontact.com. That will save you up to 10% off, depending on the fare that you book within. And then also, you need to get registered. If you are not registered yet, please do so. If you go to the Contact website, there is a register button at the top. There's no deadline per se to do that, but if you can get registered as soon as possible, that will help us greatly with our meal counts and our guarantees. Also, sightseeing tours and educational outings. Lisa, we still want people to sign up for those. There is still time for that. And definitely, please, if you need the link for that, go to the Contact website under schedule. There's a link for those two events. Also, FAM tours, those depart on Sunday. It's a post-FAM to Nashville, hosted by our friends at the Nashville CBC. There are still a few spots left on that tour for tour operators to register. Please do that as soon as possible because, again, they are doing their final planning for that. So the last thing I would like to say before we open up to questions is to thank our sponsors. Events that NTA puts on would not be possible without our sponsors, and Contact is certainly no different. We have some great events, some great things lined up for you, and I just cannot thank you enough. So for those DMOs and suppliers that are on here that are sponsors, thank you very much. And we look forward to seeing you in Memphis. So if you all have any questions, please put those in the chat, and we will do our best to answer those. If you don't think of any right now, then we can certainly get back to you. You can certainly email those to us after this webinar. So let's see what we have coming in, Lisa. If anybody has any questions.
Well, I'm ready. Bring it on. Definitely.
So there's some great tips that are being put up in the chat. I hope everybody's taken the opportunity to look at those. So Renee wants to know what the weather will be like in May. Lisa?
Renee, let me tell you, baby doll. You know, it's the southern me. That's just in me. It's going to be nice. It's going to be really nice. That's the reason why we have so many festivals during the time of May and April and also May, you know, with Memphis in May. So the weather's going to be, I say, probably around about 72, close to 76 degrees is average.
It is super nice here today. The sun is shining. It is in the 70s. So definitely some great weather this week. So someone says, I'm flying into Memphis. Is there shuttle service, Lisa?
Absolutely, it is. We definitely do have complimentary shuttle service from the airport coming directly to the guest house at Graceland.
Yes, and Lisa, to get that shuttle service, do they have to make a call or will that be continuous?
Yes, they definitely can. They can make a call, but I'm sure that our Graceland and guest house at Graceland team would definitely put that together for you all. But you know, right now it's so easy. And Dawn, you know, you experienced it yourself. You know, how easy was it for you?
Oh, super easy. It was there in just a couple of minutes. It takes less than 15 minutes, if that, to get to the hotel. Super friendly shuttle drivers. It's going to be a breeze. Speaking of that, though, we will be sending out a survey to all participants to ask for your arrival and departure information. It will be extremely helpful if you will give us that information, take the time to send that to us. We can plan accordingly and make sure that there are enough shuttles because we will need to make sure that we're socially distanced on those shuttles as well. So help us out and fill out that survey when we send that. How will we get to restaurants for dine around? Is there a shuttle service?
Yes, it will be. Our wonderful Tennessee partners are definitely going to take care of that for us, which I love. Yay! So it's going to be easy for you all to get around for the dine around. So no worries with that.
Okay. Let's see. The tour operator reception and dinner on Friday is tour operator only. Yes, that is a sponsored event for tour operators only. We are thinking about hosting an Afterglow event. That is a sponsorship that's out there and available. And I did not say that, but if there are suppliers and DMOs here who are interested in sponsorship, Beth Engel can definitely hook you up. She's got some great options, and I will say some very affordable options this year. We tried to make that accessible to everyone. We know the budget constraints that you're under, so there are some affordable and great sponsorships still available. So if we get a sponsor for that Afterglow, we would love to bring everybody back together after the tour operator dinner. Parking at the guest house. So yes, there is lots of parking available. Mark, I do believe that we have a discounted parking rate. And if you are driving and you need a parking pass, please shoot me an email and let me know so that I have an idea of how many we're going to need and I can get more information to you. Is the airport shuttle available on pre-dates for the Owners Network coming? Yes. So that shuttle runs daily, and you can hop on that anytime. And I don't know the exact hours of it. I will get that information, but it runs morning, noon, and night. So you will have no problem getting transportation from the guest house's shuttle. Lisa, for down around night, are there restaurants you'd recommend so they can start checking the menus?
Oh, yes, all of them. Yeah, we'll have a selection. We'll have a welcome table out front so you all can have a selection of what restaurant, or whether it is Italian, or whether it's American food, where it's all kinds of different types of food, where it's Southern, you know, soul food. We got it. Believe me, Memphis is ready for you, baby.
I have not had a bad meal yet, so you will not be disappointed. There is not a wrong answer for your dining selection. So, any other questions or things that you can think of that you would like to know? All right. I don't see any, so we'll wrap up here. I really appreciate all of you taking the time to join us today to learn more about Contact. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me, any member of the NTA team. I'm sure Lisa would be happy to answer any questions that you have as well. And Lisa, I'm going to turn it over to you and let you have the last word.
Well, my last word I can say is that I am ready to see all of my family. I miss you all so much. I am so glad that I am back on the domestic side as well as the international side. So whatever I can do to help you, book groups, bring groups, I'm here. I'm your girl. I'm going to be able to take good care of you. And please give me that opportunity so we can develop, that relationship. But not only that, make sure you sign up for the sightseeing tours. I can turn up that volume for you. I can make sure you have the best experience on the African American and Heritage Tour, and also the great outdoors. Oh, that is one of my favorite. So you definitely got something that is good, that's planned for you, and don't miss it. Don't miss it, because there's a lot of hidden jewels that you don't have on your itinerary. I want to be able to expand that even more. So please come to Memphis. Come to Contact. NTA Contact is where it's at. And where it's at is at Guest House at Graceland, and as well as Graceland, baby. And when it comes down to the Deep South, we got you.